Principles of Agile software development. So there are certain, basically what is Agile? A quick answer is Agile is a methodology. Agile is a methodology. Agile is a process. So Agile is manifesto. So Agile is methodology. Agile is process. It is a manifesto. So Agile is theory. So Agile is set of principles. So Agile is methodology. Agile is a process. Agile is a manifesto. Agile is theory. Agile is set of principles. Logically, in very simple words, Agile is a concept. It's a concept. It's just a set of principles. It's a set of principles. So, Agile is a concept. It is a philosophy. It is a theory. So, Agile is a concept which explains how to deliver. So, which explain how to deliver project using iterative approach. Agile is a concept which explain how to deliver project using iterative approach. So what happened? So if you see in agilemanifesto.org, so if you see some kind of a history about the manifesto, see just for history purpose, on February 11, 2001. So February 11 to 13, 2001. So few people from different companies, so they met in a snowbird ski resort. 17 people met. So they discussed about so their ideas. It emerged as a concept called Agile Software Development Manifesto. So few people from different frameworks, people from different approaches, people from different companies met together and they started calling it as a manifesto for Agile software development. So they came up with some kind of a principles. So some kind of a guidelines. So these are the people so you can see here. So these are the people who attended on that day. So these people discussed it and came up with the concept called Agile Manifesto. So what are the principles of Agile Manifesto? So there are so we have a manifesto. See, this is a manifesto statement. So manifesto statement this is the main Agile statement. So before I explain this statement, first I wanted to teach 12 principles of Agile software. 12 principles of Agile software. So it will take 1 hour time. So 12 principles of Agile software we are trying to understand. So principle 1. So principle 1. So principle 1 is our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer. So to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Every iteration we deliver a new version to live environment. So Agile highest priority is satisfy the customer. How to satisfy the customer? Early software, continuous delivery of valuable software. So this is what morning I explained. So before lunch we discussed Agile highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. So what do you mean by continuous delivery of valuable software? So iteration 1. So we deliver to customer. Then we go with iteration 2. Then we deliver. So again, so iteration 3. So like this. So our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Every iteration we deliver, the word is important, valuable software. The software you delivered should be useful to customer. For example, iteration 1, we created only UI. Entire application is not ready, only UI. Iteration 2, only database. Iteration 3, sir, is this workout? No, this is not valuable. So the one which you give every iteration, so every iteration for whatever the MVP, minimally viable product, you should give UI should be ready, database should be ready, logic also should be ready. So it should be valuable to customer. It should be in a working position. If you tell now I'll give front end, phone pay front end, what you can do with front end if back end is not there? So if iteration outcome should be valuable to customer. So this is the principle 1. Every iteration if you're delivering a project using Agile, what is the Agile highest priority? So to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Everyone clear? Okay. So this is principle 1. Principle 2. Principle 2. Welcome changing requirements even late in the development. So what do you mean by this? See, for example, how we deliver the project in Agile. So like how we deliver the project in Agile. So how we deliver the project in Agile? Let's say when we started the first iteration, see we have a backlog. So this is our backlog. So what customer is really expecting? If you are delivering a project in Agile, what customer is really expecting? So we start writing requirements like requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3, like couple of requirements we have. So first statement, we need not to define all the requirements of the project. We need not to define all the requirements of the project. So first we have couple of requirements. So these requirements, from these requirements, first we start iteration 1. So first we start iteration 1. See, from these requirements, so first we start iteration 1. So from these requirements, so first we are going to start iteration 1. So here we have iteration 1. In iteration 1, we are not going to deliver all these requirements. So we are selecting couple of requirements. For example, which is important to client. Requirement 4 important to client. So these things we deliver in iteration 1. Now, once you deliver this to customer, so once we deliver this to customer, so like then we go with the iteration 2. Then we go with the iteration 2. So this is iteration 1. Then we go with the iteration 2. So once we go with the iteration 2, now meanwhile client got some new ideas. So client can add requirements. So client can add some new requirements. Our client, like end customer came up with some bug fixes. Bug fix also. So like we create bug requirement. So anyway, some new changes can happen to requirements. Here, see, implementing changes are very, very easy in Agile project because in first iteration, we have not focused on entire design. First iteration, only MVP. Only MVP is ready. For example, so simple example, requirement 1 is payment related. Now, suddenly client got an idea. See here, client defined payment requirement. Now, payment requirement modified. Payment requirement modified. So client told, sorry, I modified the payment requirement. No problem, sir. We have not started payment in first iteration. Your requirement development is not yet you started. So why you need to worry about it? So when compared to traditional software development, agile projects are flexible to handle requirement changes. It's a relative comparison. See, traditional or agile, which is flexible to changes, agile, because see, every new iteration modified version of previous iteration. So here we expect changes. See, agile is continuous changes. See, what is iteration 3? Modified version of iteration 2 is called, see, modified version of iteration 2 is called iteration 3. Modified version of iteration 3 is called iteration 4. So in agile, say, tell me which project is flexible to changes. I'll tell you. See, generally in waterfall model, still I remember in traditional software development, what happened and then. In traditional software development, this is a requirement folder. It may be in Jira tool or some it's a requirement folder. It's a requirement folder. Let's say January 1st to March 30, 3 months time. It is in waterfall model, sequential approach, traditional software development. 3 months time is given for requirement freeze. We told March 30. We told March 30 is the requirement freeze date. March 30 is the requirement freeze date. So requirement freeze happened. Project mode to design. Now, so when we are in the middle of the project, design is happening, development is happening. Client realized some client expected some changes in the requirement. Any change which comes after March 30, we used to call it as RCN. RCN 1, RCN 2, RCN 3. So which we used to call it as requirement change notice 1. So we used to call it as requirement change notice 2. We used to call it as requirement change notice 3. If client want any requirement changes, we call it as a RCN. For example, RCN 1 is new field they want to add in login screen. While giving the requirement, they forgot to give OTP field. Now they realize it. They want to add OTP field in the login page. Okay. Login page is development is not yet started. We are in design only. But after March 30, client has given requirement change. So we tell it is RCN. And we start discussion with RCN meeting with the client. We tell it is a change. You know, OTP change implementation is very big. It's a design level change. So this needs extra, for example, 10 lakhs rupees and extra 1 month time to handle this. So like every change we used to charge. So this was the old process. RCN 1, RCN 2, RCN 3. So in traditional software development also we handle changes. But once the design is freeze, then handling the changes are really difficult. Once the design is freeze, handling the requirement changes are very, very difficult. But in Agile project, in Agile project, what is the concept in Agile project? So just iteration 1. For example, client told, I got some changes to login registration functionality. Example, registration we have not started in iteration 1. We tell anyway our development is also pending. You don't. I mean, just you wait. For example, in iteration 1, login completed. So client wants to do login changes. Yes, still it's a rework. Even though it's agile project, it's a rework. But still, that rework is easy because in agile, every new iteration is a rework of previous iteration. In agile, every new iteration is a rework of previous iteration. So, which method, traditional or agile? Which method is flexible to changes? Welcome changing requirements, even late in the development. Agile process harness change for the customer's competitive advantage. Okay, so I have a couple of questions. Okay, so question 1, in which delivery process we will get early software? What is the answer?
Grade 2.
Agile. So in which delivery process we will deliver or we will release, we will have continuous delivery of working software.
Agile.
Continuous delivery of working software.
Agile.
So the answer is going to be agile. So in which delivery process requirement changes. So I mean, which delivery process is flexible to requirement changes?
Agile.
Flexible to requirement changes, agile. So which delivery process is flexible to requirement changes, agile? So this is the second principle. Third one. So principle 3. In agile, deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference to shorter time scale. So in agile, so deliver working software frequently. So this is what I told. So in agile, iteration must be short time frame. So in agile, iteration can be, so we can have 1 week iteration or 2 weeks iteration. So iteration time frame can be 1 week, or iteration time frame can be 2 weeks. Iteration time frame can be 3 weeks. Iteration time frame can be 4 weeks. So, but if you go with beyond that, then it go to again long-term planning. So heavyweight kind of thing. So deliver short time frame. It can be 1 week, 2 week, 2.5 week, 3.5 week, 4. But what is the principle? Deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to couple of months. So iteration duration must be weeks, not months. If you tell one iteration equal to 12 months, then that is waterfall. Sequential. So deliver, when you can say your project is agile project, so deliver working software frequently from couple of weeks to couple of months. So deliver working software frequently from couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference to shorter time scale. So deliver working software frequently from couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference to shorter time scale. See, what is the principle number 1? So what is highest priority? Customer satisfaction. So it welcome changing requirements. Deliver working software frequently. So one more principle in agile project. So total we have 12 principles. So one more principle in agile project. So business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So business people and developers must work together. See, this point also we discussed. In Agile project, see, client communication is very, very important. Client communication is very, very important. For example, so in Agile, so iteration one, this is iteration one. How much time it is? Let's say 1 month. Example, 1 month. So this is iteration one. Iteration one. So iteration one, this is 1 month. So this is, let's say, January 1st to, so January 1st to January 30. So iteration duration, it should be 1 month kind of thing. So January 1st to January 30. So let's say January 1st to January 30. So, in iteration, see, in the beginning of the iteration, client will involve. So, client means product owner. Who is the client side employee? Product owner and business analyst. So, these people involved in the beginning, and when you deliver, end of the iteration, product owner and business analyst. Product owner and business analyst. So, these people will take the demo. So these people will take the demo. So every day in Agile project, frequent client communication. Frequent client communication. Business people means product owner, end users. They frequently interact with our team. Every iteration, we maintain collaboration with the client. Iteration, for example, iteration 2 weeks. Beginning, ending. At least we should have product owner. So, whereas, so like this, we maintain high client communication, high business communication, high client communication, every iteration. But in traditional software development, sequential approach, waterfall model project, see here, while beginning the project, client will be there, ending the project, client will be there. So during the middle of the project, client will conduct monthly one meeting, 15 days one meeting. But here in Agile project, every day we have meetings with the client. Every 2 weeks, we deliver to client. We take customer feedback. So iterative approach, in iterative approach, we maintain high client communication. We maintain high business communication. So what is the principle number 1? Say, Agile highest priority customer satisfaction. How? Early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Early software. So which methodology we deliver early software? Continuous software. Valuable software. Early, continuous, valuable software. So if you deliver like this, customer will be satisfied. Second, welcome changing requirements even late in the development. So you need not to define all the requirements in the beginning. Requirements in Agile project can evolve throughout the project. Customer feedback can be a requirement. So in Agile project, changes are continuous process. So, and one more thing, so in Agile, the most importance is preference is given to shorter time scale. So deliver working software frequently from couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference to the shorter time scale. So then, so business people means client and developers means software team. Developer means not only developer, tester, admin, everyone must work together daily throughout the project. So tell me in which delivery process we have high client communication. So in Agile process, we have high client communication. So when compared to traditional software development, Agile process has high client communication. So online, I'll be randomly asking you a couple of questions. So let's start with let's start with Lakshmi Narayana. Right. So you are the Lakshmi Narayana. Right. So Lakshmi Narayana. So I have a question to you. So why we have to deliver software in short time frame for Agile project? What might be the reason? Early written. Very good. Early software. Logically early software. Good. I appreciate it. Okay. So Pavani Gaud.
Yes, sir.
Right. So Pavani, I have a question to you. Can we deliver end of every iteration? Can we deliver untested software? In Agile project, every iteration can we deliver untested software. So can we deliver software
No, sir.
every iteration without testing is my question.
No.
Why Pavani? Because valuable software.
Valuable.
Valuable software. If you release without testing, this may not be valuable to end customer. So test and give it to customer. So testing is must in every iteration.
Yes, sir.
Right. So next I have one more question. Maheshwari, according to your opinion, why client communication should be very high in Agile projects? Why client communication? See this principle. Business people means client and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Why? Why? So what might be the reason to work business people and developers together?
Continuous deliveries is there. If there any
Because every iteration is 2 weeks or 1 month. Every iteration we need to get new requirements. We need to get feedback. We need to get demo on what we built to customer. So this requires strong collaboration with team. So client and team, if they maintain strong collaboration, then only Agile project will become successful. See, for what kind of projects Agile is not suitable. If client is not collaborating with the team, don't take Agile project as an option to that project. What is most important? High client communication, collaboration between client and development team. Development means including testing. So this communication is very, very important. Right. So remaining principles in Agile projects, build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need. Build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. So give projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. See, basically, if you are working in Agile projects, we encourage self-managing teams. What do you mean by self-managing? Now I'm going to explain a concept. Self-managing versus command center. There are two styles of management. There are two styles of management. One is command center. Second one is self-managing. Can anyone explain what is the difference?
కమాండ్ సెంటర్ అంటే ఒకరి ఆర్డర్ ప్రకారం చేయడం.
Right, right. So, I'll give you correct answer only, but I'll tell my answer. when I joined the project, so we have delivery manager, one delivery manager. Under him, 4 managers. So manager 1, manager 2, like 4 managers. Under one manager, again 4 team leads, 4 to 5 team leads. Okay, so under each team lead, 1 2 teams are there. Team 1, team 2 kind of. So generally what happens, delivery manager order project manager order team lead order team. This was the old management style. Agile style is, have instead of having these many team leads, these many project managers, have one project manager. Under him, nearly 5 to 10 team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, team 5. So multiple teams will work under one project manager. Multiple teams will work under one project manager. Multiple teams, team 1, team 2, like this. Multiple teams will work. So each team is self-managed team. Means here, see, here the team will work to prove their team lead plan is correct. Plan is given by team lead. Who is executing that plan? Team. Team is trying to prove my boss is correct. Here, the new pattern of management is, so now companies are hiring for every team one scrum master. So companies are hiring every team one scrum master. This scrum master is going to do, this scrum master motivates the team, coaches the team, serves the team, saying that he encourages the team in such a way that team will do planning, team will involve in estimation, team will involve in reports. The entire work will be done by team. Team will do planning. They try to do their planning is like, no, they try to achieve their plan is their whatever the plan they created. Maximum what happens, they may fail in first iteration. They learn from it, they improve in second iteration. They learn from it, they improve in third iteration. So in iterative approach, we encourage second style, self-managed style. So what is the difference between self-managed versus command center? I'll show you one simple, hope you understand, but still, like, I wanted to tell what exactly difference between command center versus self-managed. So there are two styles. Self-managing board is very, very important. Agile projects encourages self-managing mindset. Agile projects encourages self-managing mindset. So what is the difference? I'll show you. See this. This is project manager style. The old style was a command center. This is self-managed. Left side command center, right side self-managed. So command center style is managing and directing the work. Project manager typical mindset was, I am responsible for making this happen. If I don't make them to deliver, the team deliver, they won't. I tell the team what to do when. But what is a scrum master? The team is responsible for making this happen. The team will deliver unless they are blocked. Push decision making down to team. The team will commit to what they can deliver based on the data. Empower the team. That is self-managed. Always you see your team as a slave. That is command center. Waterfall follows command center style. Agile follows self-managed style. In self-managed style, we empower the team to take decisions. We support the team. We coach the team. That's why Scrum Master role became very important in companies. So who is Scrum Master? Next class. First, understand command center versus self-managing. See, in command center model, I own the impediments, and the process for the team. The team will own the process. My job is to deliver full scope on time, on budget. My job is to unblock the team, coach them to improve. It's okay. Let them fail. Fail in first iteration. At least they improve in second iteration. So, coordinating project implementation details with the business. Team builds trusting relationship with the business. In this model, in command center model, client team is delivering, team is working for client. There is a middle layer called delivery manager, project manager, team lead. All these people role is a postman role. What client asks, they listen to client, they tell team you do it. Scrum Master role is not postman role. Like, ensure these two teams are collaborative. So Scrum Master need not to work. So in self-managing, direct team interacts with client. So like, here the command center model, first we create one plan. Team has to day and night work to execute that plan is correct. But here the plan changes as we learn. Iteration to iteration, we will be having new learning. So like this, the mindset, say to work in Agile project, why companies are asking in Naukri.com, Agile mindset is required. This is Agile mindset. Self-managed mindset. Hope you understand the difference. Command center culture is different. Self-managed culture is different. So now you read this statement. So build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, trust them to get the job done. If they fail, so why they fail, they realize and improve in iteration 2. They improve in iteration 3. Right, sir? So hope you understand this principle. Okay. So self-managing mindset. One more important principle. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. So the most efficient and effective method of conveying the information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. The most efficient and effective method of conveying the information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. See, face-to-face conversation means sometimes it is not possible if you have a distributed team. Means client is in New York, PA is in New York, product owner is in California, testers in Chennai, developers in Bangladesh, or some admin is in Hyderabad. At least that was the situation before COVID. So post-COVID, so developer is in Amalapuram, front-end developer is in Amalapuram, back-end developer is in Warangal. So tester is in Goa, admin, deployment engineer is in Forest. So this was the post-COVID scenario. So this is exactly called as a distributed. So everyone is working from different locations. But still, what Agile believes, Agile says, no need to define everything in document. Define some high-level data, open for discussion. So developer, BA, QA have a conversations on that, rather than PA predefine everything. Okay, so the old mindset was, PA mindset was, I given requirement, perfect requirement it is. Go through and write test cases. Go through and write code. Very less time we got having a conversation, ask questions. And the old mindset was at that time, if you are asking so many questions, they used to feel in a reverse way. But in Agile, so Agile never encourages to have heavy documentation. Agile encourages conversation. Here it is not like, forget about face to face. Now, nowadays, everything is video call, right? So at least when I started working with Agile project, we are given with a desktop system. Still, I remember without cam. Now, let's say, so I'm able to speak with 65 people in online because now video conferencing became cheaper. At the time, that was not the case. So at that time, like, we give an order for webcam. So every desktop one webcam order we have given. Then we used to be having a office communicator. Now Teams, right? Before Teams, office communicator was there. Skype, office communicator, then Skype, then Teams. So video conferencing was costly. So, but the point is not face to face. Please focus on this word. Traditional software methodologies are documentation based. Agile also encourages documentation, minimal documentation, more conversation. So when first time my Agile coach 2008, I attended my Agile training. When first time they told, so Agile is opposite to documentation, less documentation, more conversation. Actually, even I surprised. So because generally our mindset was best documentation projects are generally successful. That was the mindset at that time. But if the document has mistakes, same documents will carry forward into development. So Agile encourages conversations. So have a multiple, because in old style it was not possible. In old style, first layer project managers, then layer 2 PA, layer 3 architect, layer 4 developer, layer 5 tester. So in this layer wise architecture, what happens? Like, when tester wants to ask question to BA was busy in some other project. So like, simple example. In one project, I questioned 2005-6 at that time. When I questioned my BA, I'm not clear with requirement, explain. BA told, how many times I have to explain? I already explained 3 times to developer. Because his next phase is development. And BA told, Venkat, sorry, I'm already into other project. I have very minimal time. So already requirements I explained developer. Can you please ask a developer? My concern is, see, as a tester, I should not go with the developer opinion. I should go with client opinion. This guy is asking me to discuss with the developer. What developer will tell? How developer written the defective code, same thing he will tell to me. Then how can I find new defects? Remember, there is no teamwork there. So layer-wise conversation. Layer 1, conversation with layer 2. Here, every iteration, all the team members. So more conversations Agile encourages. If face-to-face is not possible, video conferencing. Right. So, and one more thing, in one more Agile principle, working software is the primary measure of the progress. Working software is the primary measure of the progress. So working software is the primary measure of the progress. So what is working software? Means let's say 6 months time, we have completed 6 months time in traditional software development. We have completed 6 months time in traditional software development. When you completed 6 months time in traditional software development, if someone asks status, if someone asks what is the status? So if anyone asks what is the status, then what will be if anyone asks what is the status, then they will tell design is in progress, coding is in progress, kind of thing. In traditional software development, they can't tell these features are ready. They will tell coding in progress. But in Agile project, how to track progress of the project? First iteration, so 10 features are ready. Second iteration, 10 more. Third iteration, 10 more. So in Agile project, progress of the project is measured not with documentation, not with metrics, not with status emails. It is measured with how many features are converted to software. Hope you understand. But in traditional project, how we measure? Coding lines of code. So status mail we used to get from developer. Till now 200 lines of code is written. So testing team status, these many test cases are written. But in Agile project, so login plus payment working, iteration 1. Second iteration, login plus search plus payment working. So progress of the project in Agile project is not measured with the documentation, not measured with the status, not measured with metrics, not measured with reports. It is measured with features converted to software. And one more principle. So this also we discussed. Agile process promote sustainable development. Who is sponsor? Client. Developers means developers and testers. Client, developers and testers, users should be able to maintain constant pace indefinitely. So Agile process promote sustainable development. Sponsors, developers, end users. Because every iteration, client is involved, developers involved, testers involved, customer also involved. So every iteration, we all are in same pace. But in waterfall model, first client, then design, like that layered wise. But here, so every iteration, 2 weeks iteration, develop, test, give it to end user, take the feedback, develop, test, give it to end user. So everyone, including client and end user, we maintain constant pace. So what we built in iteration 1, immediately we are giving to customer. But in waterfall model, what we are doing? First they define the project, end of the project we are giving. So then continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. So continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. So Agile is always focused on technical excellence. Instead of manual testing, do automation testing. It saves some execution time. Instead of manual code deployment, automated code deployment save time. Follow best architecture rather than monolithic architecture. Follow microservices architecture, build APIs so that it saves time. So technical excellence is always promoted in Agile. So if you want to work in Agile projects, you should be technically strong. So technical excellence enhances agility. Agility means quick moving. Agility means quick moving. So to deliver every 2 weeks a new version to customer, your team must focus always on technical excellence. Give me example, automation testing, automated deployment practices. So always we focus on next level of architectures, next level of development practices, next level of testing practices, next level of deployment practices. And one more thing, simplicity. See, Agile is against to heavy approval process. First you send document to team lead will review, send to manager to senior manager to delivery manager. Then it goes to client. That was the old style. Now empowering the team, push your decision making to down is a slogan. So Agile is against to unnecessary approval system. Agile is against to unnecessary documentation system. Agile is against to unnecessary review process. Agile is simple, focus on the deployment. So simplicity is important. Less documentation, less approvals, less review process. Focus mainly on how quickly you convert requirement into software. simplicity, simple in documentation, simple in process, simple in approvals, simple in reviews. In old style, in old style, if you are sending an email directly to client, team lead used to tell every email, CC my name. First, send it to my review. If you by mistake you send a wrong email to client, then it's a so serious action. If something is wrong, client will correct it. Why you have worry now? So because we are working for client success, we are developing software for client success only. If you tell first send it to me, I'll send it to my manager, then we send to client. So that was the old style. So directly working with the client is the current style. That's why high communication is required. Sir, 100 out of 100, I can tell. See, 100 out of 100 people who got job with lesser skills will be fired from the company. No doubt at all. Because your skills, your work directly monitored by client now. There is no protection layer now. So still if you are in the proxy or some kind of a thing, Agile culture demands high technical skill. And Agile has a transparent system. What you are doing, every iteration client is observing. So simplicity, so less approval layer, less review layer. So generally you send one email to your team lead busy, tomorrow he will get back. So all these things are gone. You have a problem with something, directly call to client. Client means product owner. So this one also we discussed. Best architectures, requirements, design emerge from self-organizing team. This is what I told. Self-managing is equal to self-organizing. Give them the freedom. Ask them to deliver. Rather than going up with too many approvals. So for example, so give them the freedom. Encourage the team. Trust the team. Empower the team. Coach the team. Guide the team. And give them the freedom. So everyday status mail, that is a old culture. Every iteration we define somewhere, team will deliver. That's it. If you ask everyday status mail, that indicates you are not trusting your team. 100% they will not deliver it. So best architectures, best requirements, best design emerge from self-organizing team. So at regular intervals of time, the last principle, at regular intervals of time, the team reflects on how to become more effective and adjusts its behavior accordingly. This principle says, don't try to give best in first iteration. First iteration you deliver to customer, there could be mistakes. So retrospect your team. You sit with your team, what went well, what went wrong, what could be improved. Have a retrospection. Then iteration 2. Some small improvement in iteration 2. Still we are doing some mistakes. Improve your team. At end of every iteration, retrospect your team and try to improve in the next iteration. Don't try to give best in first iteration itself. So at regular intervals of time, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. So team, every new iteration is a new project to team. So every new iteration, team try to improve from the old mistakes. So these are the couple of principles of Agile software development. So this is the Agile manifesto statement. So which is more important? Interactions are more important in Agile. Process is more important in traditional. See, interactions, conversations, interactions are more important in Agile. Process and predefined plan is important in waterfall. So documentation is not important in Agile. Delivering the working software is important. So collaborating with the client is important than following contract. So responding to change is important than following a plan. So in tomorrow's Indian Agile Board exam, people who are willing to write that exam, so in that exam, you will be having like definitely these 4 questions. Interactions are more important in Agile. Working software is more important in Agile. Customer collaboration is important in Agile. Responding to changes are important in Agile. It's a very easy exam. Exam is not going to be tough. So these are the couple of principles. So couple of concepts: interactions over process, working software over comprehensive document, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. So this is the Agile manifesto, and these are the Agile principles. You need not to by heart and tell. Remember 3-4 principles, that is enough. So interviewer question is, what do you know about Agile? Agile gurinchi meeku em telusu? Agile is a methodology which works on these principles. So tell me few characteristics of Agile. So few points about Agile.
Customer satisfaction.
See, Agile is iterative software development. In Agile, so iteration time frame, iteration must be short time frame. In Agile, customer collaboration is important. In Agile, continuous delivery of working software. Continuous delivery of working software. So in Agile, continuous delivery of working software. Agile is flexible to changes. Agile encourages self-managing teams. So Agile encourages conversations than documentation. Agile encourages teamwork. Client, end user, developers must be in same pace. Agile encourages teamwork, client, end users, developers, and must be in the same pace. So Agile encourages technical excellence. So every iteration, we have a learning opportunity. So every new iteration, we improve from previous iteration. Every iteration, we have a learning opportunity like this. Come up, see, you need not to go with the as it is line by line by heart. So tell some characteristics of, so if you follow these characteristics, at least 5 to 6, if you tell in interview, so then they get an idea, okay, this guy is good in Agile. So to implement, these Agile principles, practical in the project, to implement these Agile principles, practical approach, there are so many implementations. So one is Scrum framework. So Scrum is practical implementation of Agile. Scrum is practical implementation of Agile. Scrum is Agile process framework which explains roles, rules, events to be followed, Scrum is agile process framework which explains roles, rules, events to be followed. So Scrum is a daily execution of agile in practical world. Agile is a concept. Scrum is implementation, but it's not a technical implementation, process implementation. See, framework means, let's say, Spring framework, that's a Java implementation. Selenium framework, that is a automation testing implementation. This is process implementation. This is not a technical framework. So Scrum is a process framework which tells us how to follow agile in everyday process. So what is Scrum, sir? So Scrum is a process framework which tells us how to follow agile in day-to-day process. So agile methodology concepts in project. Agile concepts in project. In simple words, how to deliver a software project with agile philosophy. This framework tells us roles, rules, events. ఓకే సో డే టు డే మన ఒక ఐటీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో ఎజైల్ ని ఎలా ఫాలో అవ్వాలని చెప్పేది ఎవరు? స్క్రమ్. వాట్ ఈజ్ ఎజైల్? వి డిస్కస్ హౌ టు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ఎజైల్ ఇన్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్. స్క్రమ్. సో స్క్రమ్, ఈవెన్ సింపుల్ డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ స్క్రమ్ ఈజ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ఎజైల్. స్క్రమ్ ఈజ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ఎజైల్. ఎజైల్ థియరీని, ఎజైల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ని, ఎజైల్ మేనిఫెస్టోని, ఎజైల్ కాన్సెప్ట్, ఎజైల్ థియరీ, ఎజైల్ మేనిఫెస్టో, how to implement in the project, Scrum will tell us. Okay, so we'll be discussing Scrum framework. So first we'll try to understand key points about Scrum framework. Scrum is a process framework which guides us how to implement or how to deliver. So Scrum is a process framework which guides us how to deliver project using agile methodology. So Scrum is a process framework which guides us how to deliver project using agile methodology. So Scrum, in Scrum framework, we deliver work in series of sprints. We deliver work in series of sprints. Logically, sprint is nothing but iteration. Sprint is nothing but iteration. So in Scrum framework, we deliver the work in series of sprints. So each sprint, 2 weeks calendar. Each sprint is 2 weeks time box. It can be 3 weeks also. It can be 4 weeks also. But generally, preferably, most of the projects follow 2 weeks time box. Each sprint is 2 weeks time box. So roles allowed to work in each sprint or roles allowed to work in each sprint are product owner, Scrum Master, Scrum developers. roles allowed to work in each sprint are roles allowed to work in each sprint are product owner, scrum master, scrum developers. So developers includes everyone in the project. So, but they give only 3 titles. So it includes the developers, tester, admin. So these are the 3 roles allowed to work in the Scrum project, Scrum projects. In Scrum projects, work will be delivered in series of sprints. In Scrum project, Scrum events are in Scrum project, Scrum events are sprint planning meeting, daily Scrum meeting, sprint review meeting, sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective meeting, sprint retrospective meeting, backlog refinement meeting, sprint planning meeting, daily Scrum meeting, sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective meeting, backlog refinement meeting, backlog refinement meeting. And in Scrum project, and in Scrum project, so there are few artifacts, and these artifacts are product backlog, sprint backlog, increment. So mainly we'll be learning all these things as part of the Scrum Master by tomorrow evening. So first we try to understand what is sprint, and what happens in a typical sprint. So we try to understand what is a sprint and what happens in a typical sprint. Logically, in Scrum Framework project, the work will be delivered in series of sprints. Work will be delivered in series of sprints. So you take sprint calendar. Work will be delivered in series of sprints. Sprint 1. See, you are delivering a project, let's say online delivery services kind of thing. Sprint 1. Sprint is nothing but iteration here. So sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3. See, before we start first sprint, for some kind of a planning activities, sprint 0 happens. Sprint 0 is only for planning. Only for planning. It is not a productive sprint. Only for planning. So work will be delivered in the sprints. Sprint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. For example, sprint 1 is 2 weeks calendar. Let's say if you are planning to start, like for example, Monday sprint 1, Monday sprint 1. Okay, so 24 July sprint 1. How many days? 2 weeks. How many working days? 10 working days. So 25 July, 26 July, 27 July, 28 July. So this is week 1. Week 2. So not 29. 31st July, 1st August, 2nd August, 3rd August, 4th August. So this is one sprint. How many working days? 10. If any holiday like festival comes, that is also holiday only. Then 9 days. If 2 days holidays, 8 days. If every day is a working day, 10 days. So it can be 3 weeks also, but preferable practice is 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks is one sprint. In Scrum project, work will be delivered in series of sprints. Every 2 weeks is one sprint. And sprint one, every new sprint. So here, to start the sprint, first of all, to start the sprint, first we need, to start the sprint, first we need basic requirements. Those are called, we need product backlog. What is required? So product backlog. So we need basic product backlog, architecture, some few basic things required. We can't directly start the, say, recruitment should be done, team is hired. So team hiring is done. So basic, see, to start sprint one, for example, we are planning to start the sprint one. So before we planning to start the sprint one, we try to understand who participate in sprint one. So before we start the sprint one, we try to understand who participate in sprint one. Sir, generally Scrum project, only 3 titles are allowed: product owner, Scrum master, developers. So who is product owner? What is the job of the product owner? Who is Scrum master? What is the job of the Scrum master? Who is developer? What is the job of the developer? Product owner, Scrum master, developer. Product owner, Scrum master, developer. Only 3 titles are allowed. Only 3 titles are allowed: product owner, developer, Scrum master. What is the job of the Scrum master? Product owner. See, product owner is a key person in the Scrum project, defines product vision, defines product roadmap, defines product backlog. Okay, so product owner is responsible to manage product backlog. Product owner is responsible to manage product backlog. Product owner is responsible to manage product backlog. So I'll explain what is product backlog. All those things I'll explain. And product owner is responsible to, so like, so review of the product progress, taking demo of the product. So taking demo of the product. So product owner is a key person in every Scrum project. He is responsible to define product vision. And in simple words, product owner is a client representative. Product owner is a client representative. So product owner defines product vision, product roadmap, product backlog, responsible to manage product backlog, review product progress, demo of the product, and product owner is a client representative. So complete, see, product, which requirement they want first. So sharing the feedback with the team, all these things is the product owner job. Logically, product owner is a client representative. For you, client is product owner. So every team is having product owner. So your client is product owner. So product owner defines product vision, product roadmap, product backlog, and responsible to manage product backlog, review product progress, demo of the product, and he is a client representative and sharing feedback with the team. So these are the works done by product owner. See, for example, like product owner key responsibility defining the requirements of the project, prioritizing requirements of the project. So what is the job of the product owner? I will tell some real-time scenarios. Scenario 1. For example, you are a team member. Your role is developer or tester. You are some team member. Okay. So you need to understand what are the business expectations. You need to understand what are the business expectations, product goal. You need to understand business expectations, product goal. So you want to clarify some kind of a business related queries. Okay, so you want to clarify some business related queries. So what you will do? Just you simply in Agile project or Scrum project, simply you call to product owner, send email to product owner, discuss with product owner. So what exactly the project is? So how this product development is going to happen? So you need to understand what are the business expectations, product goal, clarify the business related queries, who is responsible, who takes care of all these things, product owner. So these things will be taken care by simply product owner. So scenario 2. So who will share end customers feedback, prioritizing requirements, who will share end customers feedback, prioritizing requirements. So prioritizing requirements, like so all these things who will do? Product owner. Scenario 3. So who will coordinate, bridge between business and team, or end users and team? End users and team, product owner. So product owner will act as he transfers or he shares what really end users are expecting. He speaks every day with the business and give feedback to our development team. Who review progress of the project, progress of the sprint. So give feedback, decide, accept or reject. So reject the results, reject the software. Who will do this? Product owner. See, all these things, product owner is responsible. So product owner is a key role in current generation projects. So most product owner is directly client representative. Every day product owner participate in our project. So what exactly product owner job in a typical project? What exactly product owner job is? So there is a website called scrum.org. Here resources. There is a Scrum guide under resources. So Scrum guide, even you can download this Scrum guide. Anyone can download this Scrum guide. It's a free of cost. You can directly download the guide. Even I'm copying in my notepad also. Scrum guide URL. So this Scrum guide. So this is a Scrum guide. So this is a Scrum guide from scrum.org institute or organization. See, as per the Scrum guide, who will be involved in the Scrum team? Developers, product owner, Scrum master. So these three are the titles. In certification, they give a question. They give some fourth position and they try to identify who is not eligible. So option A, product owner, option B, Scrum master, option C, developer, option D, Scrum manager, kind of some invalid designation they give. Or product master, there is no product master role. So they ask you to identify which of the below is not eligible. So developer, product owner, Scrum master. Developer, product owner, Scrum master. These are the three roles. Then what about tester? Tester is also part of the development. Tester title is also developer only nowadays in Scrum projects. So what exactly product owner's job in office? What exactly product owner job in office? So we try to understand what is the product owner's job. So why we need product owner? So what are the product owner scenarios? Why we need product owner? Why we need product owner? So product owner is accountable for maximizing value of the product resulting from the work of the Scrum team. So in which order the product is required, he has to decide. He is the person visualize what features they want. So product owner is accountable for maximizing value of the product. Means he closely work with the development team or Scrum team. How this is done? Like, this, just try to understand the key points. Product owner is also accountable for effective product backlog management. See, what is product backlog? I'll show you. I'll create the product backlog. See, what is product backlog? Developing and explicitly communicating the product goal. Creating and clearly communicating the product backlog items means nothing but, see, I want a product. He told, like, no, what is the product he want? He want online laundry services in Amirpet. That was the product he want to build. So defining clear product goal. Who will define? Product owner. And creating and clearly communicating requirements. Requirements are called product backlog items. Requirements in Agile project are called product backlog items. I'll show you what is product backlog. I'll explain. Just hold on. For time being, product backlog is nothing but requirements. Product backlog is nothing but requirements. So ordering the product backlog items, ordering the requirements, ensuring the product backlog is transparent, visible, understood by everyone in the team. Developer is not able to understand requirement. To whom you can contact? Product owner. If product owner is too busy, he can take help of the business analyst. He can appoint 1-2 business analyst under him. So if tester is not able to understand, to whom we contact? Tester is not able to understand the requirement, product owner. So see, the product owner may do above work or may delegate the responsibility to others. Like others means mainly BA. However, the product owner remains accountable. So giving requirements, prioritizing requirements, all these things, who will take care of it? Product owner. If he is too busy, he can take help of the BR developer. But however, who is responsible, who is accountable? Product owner. Okay, so for product owner to succeed, the entire organization must respect their decisions. Boss is product owner. Project manager is not boss. Product owner is boss. So product owner is one of the high paid job in US now. And product owner should be having technical knowledge. Entire product vision he should be having. So say this. For product owners to succeed, the entire organization must respect their decisions. So these decisions are visible in the content. Content means requirement under ordering of the product backlog and through the inspectable increment at the sprint review. See, like no, once product owner defines the requirement, he ensures that he review the sprint progress. Did we covered all the requirements in the software or not? Who has that authority? Inspection authority. So inspectable increment. Increment means software. So who will do? Who has authority to inspect the software? Product owner. And one more important point: product owner should be one person. He should not be a committee. Why no 3 chief ministers to state? Why 10 prime ministers? Why not 10 prime ministers? Why one prime minister? Yeah, so same. Product owner should be one person, not committee. Steering you should not give to 3 people at a time. So product owner, of course, but product owner may represent needs of the many stakeholders in the product backlog. So those wanting to change the product backlog can do by trying to convince the product owner. What is product backlog requirement? Requirements of AGILE project, requirements of Scrum project are called product backlog. I will show you product backlog. 1 hour class I'll take on product backlog. So for time being, what is product backlog? Requirement. What is increment? Software. So product backlog is nothing but requirements. Increment is nothing but software. Product backlog is nothing but requirements. Increment is nothing but software. Okay. So in certification, they give questions like this. Product owner should be one person. True or false? True. It's not a committee. So, like product owner to succeed, the entire organization must respect product owner decisions. See, product owner main job is effective product backlog management. Means which requirement we have to deliver in sprint 1, which we have to do in sprint 2, which is least important requirement, which is highest important requirement. So the product owner is accountable for effective product backlog management. Product owner is accountable for effective product backlog management.
Sir, can I ask something?
Yes.
Sir, actually, as per your words, you said if the tester has any doubts regarding the documentation or the sprint backlog, product backlog, you said you have to reach to the PO. Then what is the role of the sprint master who works as a bridge between the team and the PO
What is the role of?
over the doubts? Scrum
What is-
master, sir. Scrum master who works as a bridge between the
No, your question
team
is
and the PO.
what is the role of Scrum Master?
Yes, sir.
Right. So
When the
did I-
tester has doubts.
okay. Once I start Scrum
Who
Master, I'll
involves?
explain.
Okay.
So product owner is bridge between business and team. Business means other stakeholders. Stakeholder means who invest money or who affected with the software. End users. So all these desires are represented by product owner in the form of requirements. That requirement folder is called product backlog. So product owner is a key role to be successful delivery of project using AGILE process. Scrum is nothing but AGILE process. Scrum is nothing but AGILE. AGILE is nothing but iterative. Iterative versus Scrum versus, what is iterative versus AGILE versus Scrum? This is equal to relationship between cricket versus one-day match. So what is difference between cricket and one day match? The same difference is between Agile and Scrum. So Agile is Scrum is Agile implementation. One day match is cricket implementation. So Agile, Scrum, Iterative, all are almost same.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you just explain the client representative? What the actual work he does with the clients? Just explain me, sir.
Okay. So what are the requirements client is expecting? For example, we are developing a software for Bank of America. This guy is Bank of America CEO. Okay. So this guy is, here we have a Mr. Srinivas. Okay. He is Bank of America CEO. We have a Srinivas who joined, okay, TCS as a Java developer, joined this project. He joined Scrum team. So this project team, Scrum team 1, he joined to work for Bank of America client buffer. Do you think directly this Srinivas can speak with the CEO of Bank of America every day? No, right? So when CEO decided he want a loan software. So CEO decided, so CEO expected a loan software. So when CEO expected a loan software, immediately, see, for which department loan software is required? Loans department. These all are loan managers, branch managers, so loan related people. These all are bank employees, loans department working in US for Bank of America. So right now they are using Excel sheets, they are using papers, files. They decided to have a software for loans. So like this, we have nearly, Bank of America is having nearly 10,000 loans department employees. Right now they are using Excel sheets. Now they want some web application or mobile app for giving the loan. So all these people can't directly speak with our Srinivas. So behalf of all these people, so we means CEO of Bank of America will appoint one person as a product owner. So this person is a product owner. What this product owner will do? Product owner speak with, so leadership in the loans department, credit officers, credit managers, loans department. He understands the loans flow. So he tried to express all these people expectations into what exactly these people are expecting from the software. So defining the product idea, defining the product vision, defining the product goal, defining the product backlog. So all these things, he expressed desires of the end customers, convert into requirements, convert into documents. Who will do that job? Product owner. And okay, he defined this. Now he starts speaking with, so Srinivas is Java developer. For example, Satish is a tester. For example, so other people, let's say Mr. Vale is UI developer. Like this, we have a team member. So all these Scrum team. So this is called Scrum team. A group of people work as a Scrum team. So now he tells all these things to Scrum team. Sprint 1 few requirements, sprint 2 few requirements. Like this, these people start development. So while developing, Srinivas, Satish, Vale, all these people get some doubts. So those people discuss with product owner. And so whatever the progress we have, sprint 1 outcome, sprint 2 outcome, sprint 3 outcome. So whatever the progress we have, so this progress, so we give demo to, so like our team will give demo to product owner. So product owner give this demo, give this explanation to team, means their team, loans department. So this is my business team, this is my development team. So conveying business team expectations to development team progress to business team. One representative is required. That person is called product owner. If he is too busy, he can appoint one or two business analysts under him. Right. So now you can ask your question, madam.
Sir, I have one more doubt. That is he a company side employee or a client side employee? Sir, I have that
Client
doubt.
representative means client employee.
Client employee. Okay, sir. Thank you. That is my doubt.
Okay. Hope you understand. Who is product owner? So product owner is a client representative. What is the primary job of the product owner? So product owner primary responsibility. What is the primary response? Tell me top 3 responsibilities of product owner. So one is effective product backlog management. Means defining requirements, prioritizing, reprioritizing, all these things product owner will do. 2, inspect increment. So 3, so product backlog management, inspect the increment, and so share customer feedback. So these could be the 3 main reasons of. 4th one maybe ensure requirements in product backlog. Requirements in product backlog are clear and transparent. So transparent to everyone in the team. So requirements in product backlog are clear, transparent to everyone in the team. Question is differences between product owner and business analyst. Difference between MLA and chief minister. So business analyst will be promoted to product owner in future if he is having the right skills. BA role is only requirement, but product owner is client communication, stakeholder communication, product vision, new product features. So product owner is a superior role than BA. BA is just so BA works under product owner guidance. So BA works under product owner guidance. Actually, earlier BA promoted to BA team lead, BA manager. Now those are called senior BA start working as a product owner. Right. So hope these are your questions. Hope you got understanding on the product owner. So who is product owner? What are the responsibilities of product owner? Okay. So then next one is in the Scrum rules, product owner we discussed. So next one is Scrum Master. Next one is Scrum Master. So what exactly the responsibilities of the Scrum Master? So Scrum Master, so top 5 responsibilities I will tell. Scrum Master work as a team level agile coach. So who explains agile methodology, agile mindset, agile principles to the team. So he ensures, so Scrum Master chief responsibility, key responsibility of Scrum Master is so ensure team following right Scrum process. He ensures team following right Scrum process. So is the team delivering the project as per the Scrum guidelines or not? Who ensures this? Scrum Master. Scrum Master is a team level agile coach. he conduct assessments, he conduct trainings, he conduct workshops. So this is one responsibility for Scrum Master. And one more second main responsibility of the Scrum Master. So impediment removal. So Scrum Master work as a impediment removal. What do you mean by impediment removal? When team is working, team will be facing so many blocking points. So impediments equal to blockers. For example, what are the impediments or blockers? So example one, example one, team needs AWS server access, but team confused to whom they have to contact. Or everyone is contacting everyone, every team member is working on same task. You have 10 team members, 5 developers, 5 testers. So you ask team member 1, what are you doing? I'm trying for AWS access. Team member 2, I'm trying for AWS access. 3, I'm trying for AWS access. Actually, it's one access only. These many people not required. So team needs AWS server. This is a blocker. Or team need Jira access. Or so team needs some kind of one UAT person. There is a person to do user acceptance testing. UAT we call it as. So UAT person is not responding. UAT person is not responding. So any team member is not responding. Any tool is not working. Access issue. People issue. That one team member is frequently not coming to office. One team member is coming to office, but he is not able to meet the deadlines. 2-3 sprints he observed, but still he is doing same thing. So any people, so team is blocked due to any kind of a dependency, any kind of an access, any kind of a people issue. So we call it as impediment removal. So team will be facing every day, team will be facing multiple impediments or issues. That doesn't mean Scrum Master is going to resolve those impediments. Scrum Master facilitate. Scrum Master act as a coordinator between, okay, so this is his start communication. So Scrum Master helps the team as a team level agile coach, impediment removal, and so Scrum Master work as a conflict resolver. So in our project, there could be so many conflicts which we face every day. In our project, there could be so many conflicts which we face every day. So what are the conflicts? So in our project, there are so many conflicts. We face every day. So what could be the conflicts? So what could be the conflict? So conflict number one, product owner is not happy with team performance. See, blocker is different. Conflict is different. Blocker is something. For example, so we scheduled a class today here. The door is blocked. It's a blocker. Projector is not working. Blocker. Power supply is not there. Blocker. Faculty is not there. Blocker. ACs are not working. Blocker. So these are the blocking points. But what is conflict scenario? Conflict scenario, product owner is not happy with the team performance, or team is not happy with product owner. So product owner is too busy. Product owner is too busy. Team is not happy with product owner. He is too busy. He is not responding on time. Okay. Or so there is a team divided into 2 groups. So team divided into 2 groups. So few members are frequently, so few team members are frequently missing the meetings, they're not attending the meetings. So every day in office, there will be some conflict scenarios. So these kind of things will taken care by Scrum Master. And Scrum Master create metrics and reports to analyze team progress. To analyze sprint progress. So he's going to create metrics and reports. So he's a team level agile coach, impediment removal, conflict resolver. He creates some metrics and reports for the sprint progress. So he follows, like, he ensures, so everyone in the team is following the right agile process. He ensures team is improving or maturing in agile process. So first iteration, like when compared to first iteration, team is improved in second iteration. So when compared to second iteration, team performance improved in third iteration. So Scrum Master focus on continuous improvement practices. And Scrum Master act as a servant leader. He is against to command center. He is not a boss. He is not a manager. He is a servant leader. So Scrum Master empowers the team. See, total to summarize the discussion, Scrum Master provides services to product owner. Scrum Master provides services to team. Scrum Master provide services to organization. Organization means creating metrics, reports, ensuring the improvement of the team. So Scrum Master provides services to PO, services to team, services to company. So sharing the best practices with other Scrum teams. So Scrum Master is a servant leader. And one more thing, so Scrum Master ensures Scrum Master is Scrum ceremonies or Scrum events or Scrum ceremonies facilitator. So Scrum Master is Scrum events or Scrum ceremonies facilitator. He ensures the team is participating in each event as per the Scrum guide. So Scrum Master is a facilitator, servant leader. Scrum Master is ensures continuous improvement of the Scrum team progress. So Scrum Master create metrics reports, conflict resolver, impediment removal, and he act as a team level agile coach. So Scrum Master is a team level agile coach. Scrum Master is impediment removal. Scrum Master is a conflict resolver. Scrum Master is metrics and reports. So team is maturing agile. Scrum Master is a servant leader. So these are the responsibilities of the Scrum Master. He is not a project manager. He is not a team lead. And he is not client also. So Scrum Master ensures, in simple words, Scrum Master unblock blockers of the team for improvement. Unblock blockers faced by the team. This is a Scrum Master job. That doesn't mean if team member is not writing the code, Scrum Master will write the code. Scrum Master is any process or tools or people issues the team is facing. He try to mitigate the impact of those things. He conduct one-on-one meeting with the team. He try to understand the issues. So this is the Scrum Master job. So
but
this
never
is
involves the development of software, sir.
So if you know development, you can involve also.
Okay.
See, there are 3 types of Scrum Masters. Dedicated Scrum Master, only Scrum process they take care. 2, if the company is not having budget to dedicated Scrum Master, then development plus can act as a Scrum Master. 50% development, 50% Scrum Master. In few projects, tester will act as a Scrum Master. 50% testing, 50% Scrum Master. But ideal, each team, one Scrum Master can handle 2 teams. So rather than using developer for Scrum, hire one Scrum Master, give him 2 teams. That is the current style. Earlier, when I started career, tester comes Scrum Master. I worked as a tester 50%, 50% Scrum Master. Now that style was gone. One Scrum Master, companies are giving 2 projects. Okay, hope you understand difference between product owner and Scrum Master. So in Scrum project, mainly 3 types of people will involve. Product owner, Scrum Master.
ప్రతి కంపెనీలో స్క్రమ్ మాస్టర్ అన్నవాడు ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంటారు సార్.
ప్రతి టీమ్ కంపెనీ కాదు.
ఓకే, ప్రతి టీమ్.
If it is a Scrum team, Scrum Master is must. Won't they perform testing process, sir, along with other? That is what the answer is. If dedicated tester need not to perform testing. Tester comes, see, dedicated Scrum Master need not to perform testing. Scrum Master 50% time, tester 50%, like that he is working, he will test. But that is not a good idea. Every Scrum team must have one dedicated Scrum Master, 50% time he spend, 50% to other Scrum team. Right, sir. Second, I move on to next role. How many roles we have in Scrum team? 3 roles. What are the roles? Product owner, Scrum Master, developers. Okay. So Scrum developers. Sir, Scrum developers, first characteristic of Scrum developer is cross-functional skills. Your team should not recruit entire Scrum with only UI developers. That is a wrong idea. Only manual. So Scrum team means cross-functional. Means this team must have UI developer, database developer, application developer. What are the skills required to deliver your project? All these people, combination is Scrum team. For example, your Scrum team should not contain only testers. Until unless if it is only testing project, then maybe. But normal development project means developers, testers. This combination is called Scrum team. But the designation nowadays given developer only. But so logically, so Scrum team must be cross-functional. Cross-functional means team must be having all the skills necessary to create increment, necessary to convert requirement into increment. So team must be having all the skills necessary to convert requirement into increment. What is the increment meaning? Software. You should have. And second important point, Scrum team must be self-managing. So they do planning, team only doing planning, team will be doing estimation, team will be doing development, team will be doing testing, deployment. So everything team will be doing self. So Scrum team must be having 2 main characteristics: cross-functional, self-managing. Third one is Scrum team size less than 10. If you have more than 10 people, then have 2 Scrum teams. Scrum team must not be large team. Scrum team must be simple. Like, if you have too many team members, only for meetings it will take. See, why in cabinet 30 ministers, 40 ministers to represent 30 states in India? So central cabinet itself is having 50 ministers or less than that. The 2 main cabinet ministers are 10 or 15. Why? So team, it is too large a team. Then they can't implement the project in right direction. Unnecessary time wastage in meetings. So Scrum team must not be greater than 10 people. It's a rule. So how many members has to play cricket? 11. Why 11? Why not 12? So I want to form, it's a rule. So Scrum, it's a rule. No, Ramana, I wanted to take 15 members Scrum team. You take it. You call it as Accenture Scrum process, Capgemini Scrum process, TCS Scrum process. Ideal Scrum process rule is small team. So what is a small team? Less than 10. You can have 5 people, 7 people, 10 people, but less than 10. Okay, so Scrum team characteristics, and they are responsible for implementation of the project. Implementation of the project. So what do you mean by implementation? Development, testing, deployment. So all these things, they will be doing analysis, design, development, testing, deployment. All these. So Scrum developers are mainly development, testing, deployment, these skills they should be having. So Scrum developers' job is implementation. Scrum developers' job is implementation. Implementation means converting the requirement into increment. So Scrum team characteristics, Scrum developers. So Scrum team characteristics. What is the job of the Scrum developers? So developers are the people in the Scrum team that are committed to creating any aspect of usable increment each sprint. Increment means software. So usable increment means developers required, everyone required. The specific skills needed by the developers are often broad, will vary from domain work to work. Web application skills are different, mobile application team members are different. However, developers are always accountable for creating a plan for the sprint backlog. What is product backlog? What is sprint backlog? We'll be discussing. And so they should be instilling quality by adhering to definition of done. So they ensure we are delivering the project as per the customer expectation. So customer expectation will be defined in the definition of done. So what is definition of done? What is product backlog? What is sprint backlog? We have not started, we'll discuss. Adopting their plan each day towards the sprint goal. Every day they participate in daily Scrum meeting to ensure like the sprint plan is correct. Are we going as per the plan or not? Holding each other accountable as a professional. So respect each other. If you are working in one team, you all should be having one team member mindset. Don't try to blame on to testing separate, developer separate. We all are one team. So developers are responsible. This is the definition. So developers are the people in the Scrum team that are committed to creating any aspect of usable increment. So these are the Scrum team skill set. So who participate in Scrum team? Developers, product owner, Scrum master. Right, sir? So developer, product owner, Scrum master. So last 1 hour, we discussed about Scrum team. So see, tell me answer to one question. See, what are the, who are, roles of the Scrum team? Product owner, Scrum master, developer.
Scrum developer.
Okay, what are the Scrum events?
Sprint planning.
What are the Scrum events?
Sprint planning meeting.
So sprint planning meeting, daily Scrum meeting, sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective meeting,
Backlog
backlog refinement meeting. These are the Scrum ceremonies or meetings, sir. Okay, what are the Scrum artifacts? Product backlog, sprint backlog, increment. Those things we have not started. Just now Just today, we introduced Scrum framework. So we have product backlog, we have sprint backlog, and we have increment. So all these things we'll be discussing. And to manage all these things, companies are mainly to manage all these things. So companies are mainly using ALM tools. What are the ALM tools? So to manage all these things, companies are mainly using ALM tools. The popular ALM tools are Jira, Azure DevOps, Rally. So these are the various popular tools in the market. So you should understand what is product backlog. So next session is what is product backlog. So what are the user stories? What are the epics and user stories? How to create epics and user stories in Jira tool. How to create epics and user stories in Jira tool. So what is product backlog? What are the epics and user stories? How to create epics and user stories in Jira tool. So these things you must be understanding. So the next session topic mainly is understanding one project product backlog. Understanding one project product backlog. So what is product backlog? What are the epics? What are the user stories? I will be explaining in next session. With that, today we'll complete. So tomorrow session will be Scrum ceremonies, how different meetings, how we get sprint backlog, so how development happens, testing happens, day-to-day testing. Tomorrow we'll discuss. So first, next session will be understanding the product backlog. So go for break.
So before going to start with the product backlog or epics, stories and everything, first we'll start with the Jira tool. It's a ALM tool. ALM stands for Application Lifecycle Management. Okay, so in ALM tools we have like Jira we have ALM tools. In the market, we have first one, we have Jira, then next Rally, then next Azure DevOps. Okay, so HP, like this, we have a number of ALM tools. So out of these all ALM tools, most of the companies are following Jira tool, and Jira tool is a user friendly. So anyone can use that one. So we'll go with what is Jira and how we can use that one, how we can create an account that, and how we can create a project. These all things we will discuss now. So basically Jira is a product management tool. Not product, project management tool. Jira is a project management tool. So Jira we are using for project management tool, and also we are using Jira is a bug tracking tool. Jira is a issue tracking tool. Jira is a project management tool. Jira is a bug tracking tool. Jira is a issue tracking tool. Okay, so how it will be? I mean, so when we can call Jira is a project management tool, and when we can call Jira is a bug tracking tool, and when we can call it as a issue tracking tool, that we people are going to learn in this workshop. So basically Jira introduced it from Atlassian company. That Atlassian company belongs to Australia. I mean, that company is in Australia. So Jira is derived from Jira is derived from Japanese word that is Gojira. Gojira. Okay. So Gojira. So Gojira means Godzilla. Meaning is Godzilla. Okay. So it's derived from Gojira. From there, so slowly it's turned to Jira. Okay. So Jira, in company, they are taking licensed version Jira, but here we are using free version. So I mean, we are creating the Jira. So directly you people can log in from, I mean, you can Google it, Atlassian Jira. And also we can call it as a test management tool. Jira is a test management tool. We'll see, we'll discuss. So it's a Atlassian company. So just you can try it like get it free, then it will ask. So here I am including Confluence and then click on next. So here Confluence also will have a separate discussion, but Confluence is kind of Google Drive or OneDrive kind of thing. Just it's a storage purpose to store all the project related documents, videos, KT videos, okay, requirement documents. These all the things we are storing here. So here you people can give, I mean, just if you want to create your own Jira account, you can create like this. Anyhow, we are creating already, we have a quality that account and we will give access for you. So that whatever we are doing, everything you people can able to access, and what you people are creating also we can able to access. Okay. So here you have to give your, I mean, you have to sign up with your account details. Anyhow, here not required. Already we have a Jira account. So this is what the Jira account. This is what the Jira board. This is the Jira board. Okay. So here, anyhow, we people are not creating project. We people are not creating any release. Okay, this is not our tester's job. That job is done by either product owner, okay, or business analyst, or in their absence, Scrum Master may do. Very rare time. But this is not at all our job. Anyhow, just for our awareness, just for our knowledge purpose, we'll see how to create a process. Anyhow, so if we are giving access to you, you people don't have admin access. So if without having admin access, we can't create all the things in Jira. We can't delete. I mean, so any action if we want to do, you people want admin access. Okay, even in real time also, they are not going to give admin access for us. We are a just member in that, just one of the member in that particular organization. That's it. So they are giving like a, I mean, user. So as a user, based on your role, let's say if you are going as a tester. So what is your role as a tester? According to that only, they will give you the access. I mean, as a tester, what we are doing? So we are writing a test cases. Right, we are writing test cases and we are executing the test cases and we are updating the status of test cases and we are reporting a defects. We are changing the status of defects, right? And we are giving a test closure. These are the responsibilities we are doing as part of from Jira side. So only up to that level only they will give you the access. If you, let's say you want to change some workflow, I mean, so whenever you return the test case, at that time the test case status may be in open. And now you want to change the workflow or epic workflow you want to change, that we can't change it. Or you written something, some wrong test case you written. Now you want to delete it. We don't have permission that because we are not an admin in that. We are just a user. Okay, so we can't delete it. So even the delete option we can't see in the Jira tool. Okay. Okay. So we'll see how to create a project in Jira tool. So Jira tool, we are in the assumption like Jira tool only used by IT people. But the thing is, it is wrong. Jira tool can utilize for every people. Even for your personal works also we can use Jira tool. Let's say, I mean, you are having a big family. Every day you are doing n number of tasks. You may have n number of responsibilities. So just you want to create all the responsibilities as part of task. You can create. You can take the license by purchasing the software, or free account also you can take, and you can create the task and you can do your works, and just you can change the workflow based on your work status. Okay, so how to create a project? So here we have a project of symbol, right? So just you have to click on the project and select create project. So when you click on create project, so here we have project templates, right? If you observe, as we discussed, Jira is not only restricted for software people. Anyone can utilize this Jira tool. That is how they designed this Jira. I mean, Jira can compatible with any other softwares or any other applications. Let's say, basically, Jira is not a test management tool. Basically, Jira is a project management tool. But how testers are using that Jira tool? Because we have n number of test management apps in the market. Simply, we can integrate that Jira tool with test management apps. That is what web services. Okay, so Jira tool is not restricted or not reserved only for the IT people or not only for project management. It can be used by every people. Anyone can use. So if you observe here, software development. So software people can use our service management, our work management, our product management, marketing. Even marketing people also can use this Jira software. Human resources or finance, bank people. Any bank people also they can use this one, or any personal. Even for personal things also we can use Jira tool. Operations or legal, even lawyers also can use this Jira tool. Okay, sales, for sales management or analytics or IT, so facilities, anyone can use this Jira tool. This is how Jira is designed. Okay, so let's say if you are selecting anyhow, by default it will be selected software development only. Whenever you are selecting software development, we have different different templates we have. One is Kanban template, second one is Scrum template, and another one is bug tracking template. So we have 3 templates. Whatever the template we are selecting, so that template related data will be displaying in your dashboard. Okay, or let's say if you people wants to go with any finance or marketing, let's say if you are going with marketing, you are working in marketing side. So now you want to use this Jira tool. So just you can select this marketing. So even marketing also we may have a number of a number of roles. So based on that you can select. Let's say if we want some marketing service management, when you select that marketing service management, then marketing service management related template will be going to display. Okay, So so here, what kind of things they mentioned here? So questions for marketing, a request for a market and marketing assist, and request a campaign, request a content review. Okay, so these kind of things will be displayed and these kind of data will be available in the Jira. Okay, or if you are going with legal, so legal service management or document approval or IP infringement. So let's say if you are going with legal service management. So in this legal service management, what kind of request types we have? Question for legal, request for a contract review, and email request. Okay, and recommended for legal teams looking for clear and central way to track and manage their work. So they can track, let's say in the legal, let's say lawyers, they may have a number of clients. So for each and every client, they will create like a task. Okay, and in the task, in the description, they will write what kind of problems they are facing and what kind of complaints they said. All right. So after, few days it will take to resolve their problems. All right. So based on how far you are able to resolve those issues, based on that you can change the workflow. So is it still in progress, or is it still not yet started that task, or did you completed that task? So that is what you have to mention here. Okay, so like this, anyone can use this Jira tool based on your work, based on your field or based on your work. So let's say go with software development. So here Kanban, hope Kanban Ramana sir explain. Kanban is one type of framework in Agile. Scrum is a framework, right? So Scrum Ramana sir started, I hope. What about Scrum? What is mean by framework? What is framework?
It's a time period.
Let's say you people know about cricket, right? Huh? Cricket you people know, right? Huh. Okay, so what about 2020 match? 2020 match, it implements cricket. Cricket has some set of rules and guidelines. What are they? 11 members are the team. All right. And so like this. So few members are batsmen, few members are bowlers. All right. So like this, there is some set of rules and guidelines which is defined by cricket game. Right. So whatever the rules are defined by cricket game, those rules are implementing this 2020 match or IPL match, right? One day match. So these all matches these are also we are calling it as a cricket only. Andlo adedi cricket kada. So just those are names which are implementing the rules which is defined by cricket game. So here now tell me T20 or 2020 or IPL is and cricket. These are different or all are same? All are same. Right? Hope you agree. In the same way here, Agile, Scrum, Safe, Kanban, these all are same. Agile is a methodology. So whatever the rules or principles or guidelines defined by Agile, which is followed by these all the frameworks, Scrum, Kanban, Safe, etc. That is the reason these all we are calling it as a frameworks. Okay. So here like Scrum we have Kanban also, but here we are not using Kanban, we are going with Scrum. Okay, so just select the Scrum because we people are working in Scrum team. So then obviously you have to select which template we have to select. Scrum template we have to select. Okay, Scrum template we have to select. So when you selected Scrum template, what you got here? Product is Jira software and recommended for teams that deliver work on regular cadence, DevOps teams that wants to connect with work across their tools, And issue types are available in Scrum framework is epic, story, bug, task, and subtask. These are the predefined task issue types which are available in Jira tool, not in the Scrum template, which is available in the Jira tool. Okay, these are the by default issue types. By opening Jira tool in Scrum template, we people can create epic. We people can create story. We people can create bug. We people can create task. We people can create subtask. Do we have any test case here? Then how we can create a test case? So we have to integrate the test management apps. Then we can able to see test case also as a issue type. Okay, issue type. So issues means these are the issues. So epic is a issue, story is a issue, bug is a issue, task is a issue. Okay, so these are the issue types which are available in Jira tool. So no need to install any outside apps kind of thing to create these kind of issues. Okay, epics are stories, bugs are tasks or subtasks. We can directly get those templates in the Scrum template itself, which is there in the Jira tool. Okay, and this is the by default workflow. What is the workflow here? To do, in progress, and done. Whenever you are creating a issue type is epic. So when you create it, at that time it is in to do state. To do means it's just created, not yet started. Epic is created by the team member and it is not started. Basically not team member, it will be created by product owner or business analyst. Okay, so whenever they created at that time to do state. And also story also whenever they are creating, it is in to do state. And once the team is starting with their work. Okay, so stories, epics are breakdown to stories. Stories will be working by team members. When team members are starting with work, then the workflow is in progress. And then you are done with your work. Then the workflow is done. It is not going to change. We have to change based on our work status. We have to change the workflow. Okay, so how to change or how to create, we will see later on. So just select this use template. So here what template we are using? Scrum template we are using. So here choose a project, team managed and company managed. Basically team managed mainly startup companies. Two members, 3 members or 4 members. If we have very less members, then they are going with the team managed. Basically, all companies are going with company managed. So select this company managed, and here you can give a project name, any dummy project. So whenever you are giving a project name, that key by default it will take dummy project. So first word is dummy and second word is project. So it's taking like DP. Okay. So now here, whatever the template we are so Scrum template we are using, and what type we used? Company managed type. So just click on next. So if you observe here, so this is what Jira. So any applications can integrate with the Jira tool. These small images are different apps or different tools. These all apps can integrate with the Jira, and these applications can utilize the features of Jira tool, and Jira tool can use the features of these application features. Okay, so Jira designed by giving, it is very flexible and it can compatible with any applications in the market. Okay, so let's say you want to integrate Jira tool with your PhonePe. Yes, you can. So that is how they design. But so the thing is, let's say if I am integrating my Jira tool with a test management app, there is a purpose. I want to write a test cases as a tester in the Jira tool. That is the reason I am integrating my test management app with the Jira tool. So that whatever the apps the people wants to integrate, so I mean it should be compatible and it should be meaningful why we are integrating and what is the use of these apps by integrating with Jira tool. That we need to know about that. Okay, so here I added Confluence also. Just click on connect. So project is created, then go to that project. So now where we are in dummy project, right? We are in dummy project. So here we have a grid. Here, if you want to switch to Jira, you can go with Jira. If you want to go with only work management tool or project management tool, and you don't want to utilize it as a bug tracking tool or issue tracking tool or a test management app, then you can go here. And if you want to go with, if you want to work with Confluence, then you can switch to Confluence. And it's an administration anyhow, this is not useful for us. And even, so these are the few apps we can integrate, let's say Slack. Here Slack is in IT companies, we are using, most of the companies are using Slack is a chat box to do communication in between the people, like how we are using WhatsApp. Okay, so from there we can directly communicate with any people in the team, any team members within the organization or within the company, and we can send any files or we can send any links or we can send any documentations. We can send any message via this Slack. It's a chat box. Simply, it's a chat box. So if we want to integrate even this Slack also, Slack is an app. So if you want to integrate this app with Jira, yes, we can. So here it's given few recommended even. So developers are using some Jenkins or GitHub kind of apps, right? Even those apps also we can integrate with Jira. Basically Jira, so Jira nature is, it's a project management tool. By default, it is a project management tool and bug tracking tool. But team, company and team means team contains developers, testers, scrum master, product owner and business analyst, right? And a DevOps team and admin team. These all together we are calling it as a team. Scrum team completed a topic. So Scrum team means only product owner, developers and scrum master, right? Developers means developers includes testers, developers, DevOps team all together. Okay, and scrum master and product owner. Okay, these are the team, technical team. Business analyst, just his job is getting job from client. That's it. And most of the time, product owner is interacting with the team members. And anyhow, Scrum Master is every day he is connecting, he is closely working with the team members. Okay, so here so Scrum Masters and product owner. So these people, these roles we are considering it as a management roles. So Jira is a project management tool. So Scrum Master can use this one to create different meeting notes, okay, or different metrics, different reports. He or she conducted one meeting. So by end of the day, what is the meeting agenda or what is the meeting outcome? So such kind of all the things, so reports he or she has to prepare. So for that, they need some templates and they need some place to store those all the things, and they need to share the things to other team members who are working in the same project. Okay, and product owner, whatever the requirements he is getting from the client, those all the requirements, he needs some place to store those requirements so that he can explain and he can give access to all the team members. Right? And developers. So developers means developers and testers. Developer has to write a code to develop that application based on the requirements which we got from the client. right? So where those all the requirements are there in Jira tool. Jira tool, we have all the requirements which is shared or which is created by your product owner. Business analyst or product owner, they are going to create the requirements. Requirements means those are in the form of epics and stories, user stories, epics and user stories, which are there in product backlog. So about product backlog also completed. Okay. So tomorrow we'll discuss about that product backlog. So product backlog contains collection of epics and stories, user stories. Okay. So and the developer has to write the code. So and once he is writing the, so where he has to write, so something he's taking, so he is using different tools, development tools, right? So even those tools also, if they are integrating to Jira, so that everyone within the team, I mean product owner or scrum master, they can get access and they can review how far developers are working. It will be easy to track, right? And testers, what is the tester's job? Writing test cases, executing test cases, creating test reports, defect reports, reporting a defects, raising a defects, and changing the status, finally reporting the test reports. What are the test results? I mean, what is the functionality of that entire application? So where we have to do, so if we have the same place, I mean, if we have such kind of option in the same Jira tool, so that it will be easy. Let's say as a tester, you are working in some requirements and somewhere you are writing the test cases. Now as a scrum master, assume I am the scrum master and as a scrum master, I want to see what my team members are doing. I mean, where is the testers? Let's say in my team, I have 3 testers or 4 testers and 6 developers. So instead of going individual, each and every developer and each and tester, so if I have all the work progress in the same platform, so that it will be easy to track for me as a scrum master or as a product owner or as a client. So let's say team is saying like, we are in work, I mean, it is in progress. It is in progress means what exactly it is, where you people are, where, so how much work you completed and how much work is pending. Okay, so the tracking will be easy if testers, developers all together working and they are, I mean, they are updating the status in the same platform. That is the reason this Atlassian company or this ALM tools are designed very flexible or compatible with n number of apps. So based on your role, based on your responsibilities, we can integrate those all apps with Jira tool, so that all together in the same platform, entire team is working and updating their work progress. So that Scrum Master is not coming individual and Scrum Master is not reviewing by going to the individual person. Just simply he is sitting in his chair and he is opening this Jira tool and he is reviewing where is our team members. How much work they done, how much work they pending, how much work they didn't started. So like this, everything they can track easily. Even as a test lead or as a developer, where is our testers? Where is our developers? Let's say as a tester, you want to know about developers' work progress, so that based on that, you can plan your test cases or plan your execution. Once you are getting the build, then only we people can execute the test cases. So how to know about the developers' work progress? If we have a common platform, then it will be easy for us, right? So that is what the benefit of Jira tool. So here, like this, we can create a project. Anyhow, we people are not creating. So once again, I am repeating how to create a project. So here we have a project option. Just select that one and we have a create project. Select that create project and under software development, we have a Scrum framework. So select that Scrum framework and select this template and click on use template. And select company manage and give the project name and just click on next, so that your project will be going to create. Okay. And then next one. So here, if you observe, it's a planning. So we have planning. Under planning, we have, this is what the DP board. DP means dummy project. This is what our project board. Okay, under project board, we have timeline, backlog, active sprints, reports, issues, components. So here backlog, so backlog contains, so this is what the product backlog. So here all the requirements, epics and stories will be created by your product owner or business analyst. So you will get all the requirements here itself. And currently where, so on which requirements team is working, you people will get from this active sprints. Okay, so just overview I am giving. Tomorrow we will, so myself and Ramana sir will explain one by one by creating stories or by creating epics. Okay, and reports, if we want to create any reports, either a tester or either a developer or either Scrum Master, so we can go here. And issues. Issues nothing but, so issues we have n number of issues like epics, also issues, stories issues, bugs issues, okay, task, subtask, test cases, these all are comes under issues only. So issues, work progress. So here issues, all issues, open issues reported by me. I mean, so whatever I created, those we are considering it as a reported by me. And done issues, completed issues, open issues, viewed recently, resolved recently, updated recently. I mean, just you want to track your team members' work or your work, or how many issues they created, how many issues they closed, how many issues recently your colleagues seen, or how many issues recently you seen, everything, entire history you will get here. Okay. And then here development, coding and release. So here we can create a release. Hope you people know about release. Release means deploying working software to client or customer. That is what the release. Right? So here Scrum Master or product is creating a release. How we committed to client. Let's say every 2 weeks, we will give a release. 2 weeks. It's a sprint. 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, one sprint. So every sprint we can give the deliverables to client. Like this, if they committed, then every 2 weeks we have to create a release. Or 2 sprints. I mean, sprint duration is 2 weeks, but we can't give the release for every sprint. Every 2 sprints we can give the release. Or our sprint duration is 4 weeks. It's a 1 month. So every 1 month we'll give a release. So how like your company is following, based on that they will create a release. So here there is a create version. On which version you people are going to give the release. So just here you can create a version. Let's say, so version 1.0 start date. So today date is 22nd, right? So 2 weeks. 2 weeks means
August 5th.
So let's say August 5th, and then just click on save. So version is created. Now version is created. Just you can go here. So here you can add overall how many epics your team is working on this particular version. Okay. So based on this, by going this release as a Scrum Master, any team member, let's say you joined in this company middle of the project, but you want to know where is the team members, on what release or on what version they are, and in current release what are the requirements they are working. Just you want to see, then you can go to the release and just click on that particular release, and here you can see, here you can add all the issues, whatever the requirements teams are working. So once they are adding the issues, it will be displayed here. So by seeing that, you people can understand, okay, so on these requirements, this in the current days teams are working. At least we'll get some idea. Okay, so this is how we can create a release. We are not creating, testers not at all creating the release. It's a Scrum Master or product owner's job. In future, if you people are converting to product owner or scrum master, then it may helpful to you. Yeah. So remaining things, I mean, so at least somehow you got some aware of Jira tool. So tomorrow we will discuss about the product backlog. What is product backlog? So what it contains, and then how to create epics, how to create user stories, how to create individual epics and stories, how to create bulk stories, bulk epics, import and exporting user stories. That we will discuss in tomorrow's class.